Afternoon, everyone. Lovely to be here. Good to be back at LSI. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is a technology that we've been working on now for 10 years and deploying with medical device and pharmaceutical businesses in the surgical space. My company is called FundamentalVR. Our platform is called Fundamental Surgery. We are one of the world's leaders in spatial XR technology applied to the medical field, focused on training and education around the learning curve. We're at the forefront of that immersive technology, but we're also at the forefront of the haptic technology, which is the sense of touch that delivers the ability to achieve true skills transfer. And we're focused on solving complex problems for our clients, which are people like you in this room, medical device, medtech businesses, pharmaceutical businesses where you have a surgical intervention, where you have a learning curve. And as a business, we are very much mission-driven. Our ultimate aim as a business is to get to what I call pre-human competence, which is the idea that most of your learning and capability can be acquired without the need for operations on live patients. That it's done in concert with cadaveric and wet lab, but a majority is happening within a virtual space. That can only happen when you have the highest fidelity of virtualization, and that's a little bit of what I'm going to show you today. Because as I said, as a business, or businesses, all of you in this room who are involved in bringing medical devices to market, we all face the same universal industry challenge, which is this learning curve, this ability to get competency at scale, to get your end users, whether they are surgeons, EPs, nurses, techs, get them to the point where they can be truly capable of using your new innovative devices. It is the throttle on the adoption of your product, and you all know it. Training and education becomes one of the big parts of bringing these products to market. And we get into that space and digitize it and virtualize it. And for our customers, as a result, we become an acceleration multiplier. Whilst we deliver an immersive experience focused on that training and education need, what we actually achieve is a change in the unit economics of bringing those products to market, because quite simply, you get there faster. If it takes 50 cases to get to competency, if you can virtualize half of them and do them in a few days, rather than having to spend a number of weeks or months traveling the world to do that, you're in a much better place. And that's really the essence of our product suite and our platform capability. There are kind of 7 things that really support that proposition, and I'll talk very briefly about each of them. Firstly, there's the visual side of it. I'm sure you've all tried some sort of immersive technology. It being as real as it needs to be, in some cases photorealistic, so that you believe that you are in that space and it has an impact on your ability to learn, acquire, and bring on that knowledge is key. So high visual fidelity is a key part of what we do, as is high haptic capability. So I'm talking about the sense of touch, of weight, of resistance, of force feedback, so that as you draw that catheter, you can feel the impact of that. You understand what good and bad feels like in a completely safe and controlled way. Collaboration, of course, in all learning is key, and particularly in surgical procedures where the team is everything. So whether that's in the setup or the deployment of a procedure, allowing within this platform to have true collaboration is a key part of what we deliver, as is the ability to be completely agnostic to this spatial technology capability. So whether you're using an Apple Vision Pro, a Meta device, a HoloLens, or another device that is yet to come to market, we're able within our platform to support all of those elements. And as many of you may well have seen, the next stage of development of augmented reality and mixed reality through form factor glasses, which look very similar to the ones that we were wearing on a day-to-day basis, that's just around the corner. So again, we've built that into the capabilities that we have within the system. And behind that is the hidden part, which is the data and AI system that drives our capability. So we have incredibly rich insight into how somebody is learning, where they're proficient, where they have problems and challenges that can deliver both insight for the commercialization of a product, but also in the R&D phases. And that's all surfaced in a way that's incredibly accessible. We've built AI into our systems to allow us to do two things, really. Firstly, to understand how those skills are developing, to predict and even interpret and sometimes get in front of behavior before it happens within this virtual space, but also to digitize the knowledge base that supports your product, whether that's validation studies, instructions for use, or even the insight of your KOLs, to digitize that in a way that means you can mobilize it anywhere in the world simultaneously. In effect, putting the expert, the virtual tutor, on the shoulder of all of the people within that experience. And all of that built with flexibility in mind, so that as your requirements change, the system can adapt with you. This is a very brief video of this in action, which may have some sound on it, and if not, I'll talk to it. It doesn't sound like, oh, it may be. So again, all you're seeing here really is a few examples of this happening into different procedural areas within different environments, all built with building blocks that are part of the platform SDK. So some of our customers are building it themselves, others are using our content divisions to put that together, taking in both that high-fidelity visual and high-fidelity haptic interaction across multiple disciplines, ranging from robotics to image-guided therapy through to ophthalmology, urology, and so on. The universal problem that all of them are being faced, all of our customers face, is that skills transfer requirement, and that's what we help to accelerate. The question is always, it looks cool, does it really do the job? And the answer is yes, of course it does. It works both at the efficacy, it works at a validation level, but also at a commercial level. Our validations are published, our commercial data, the ones that we can reveal, are pretty compelling when, again, it comes to that requirement to bring your product to market. So some examples here. We have customers who've seen a 22% increase in their sales within regions supported by our platform versus ones that are not supporting our platform. We've seen sales teams and medical educators talk about a 3/4 to 88% increase in the progression of their conversations with their customers as a result of using this platform. We've seen on average the time spent with HCPs, and time is always a hard thing to get, increasing by up to 3 times because of our platform being in place. And all of that whilst reducing costs. We have customers who've been reporting up to an 80% reduction in the cost of their skills acquisition programs, because this removes those physical barriers and those consumables. So some really compelling reasons, and anyone who wants to know more about it, I'll be here for the next couple of days, happy to talk with you one-on-one on more of those points. Ultimately, as I said, what this is all about is us becoming an acceleration multiplier for the medtech industry, helping to bring these innovative products that we're all looking at over this conference to market faster, more effectively, with better and clearer insight into the competency that your end customers have in place. As I said, I'll be here for the rest of this next couple of days, so if you want to chat, love to have a conversation. Thank you.